And once again, my friends, we are live on the twitch.tv/theXisuma. Gonna need some help today with some sound checks. I can see that you can hear me talking, that's terrific. The knowledge in chat are appreciated. Just let me know if you hear anything off with the audio because, you know, I went to use my computer and all of the sound was messed up. Absolutely everything got reset, not sure why. Did my very best to fix everything, and I think there is one issue that I wasn't quite sure how to solve, and that is the noises in the ear for notifications. So there may be some issues with that today. And a minute ago, It's Jen's resubscribed for 25 months, which is amazing. Thank you so much. And I don't know if that was, yeah, I've been 48 seconds. So that could have been, you know, just before we started streaming this little bit, right? So, yeah, I'm not sure if that works or not. No music. Is that because I derped? It's because I derped and I forgot to start the music. So, thank you for the help, Lucaro. I can hear the music. Can you hear it? It should be the usual volume. No. Oh, God, that was super loud. Good thing we caught that. I'm going to fix that right now. Otherwise, I'll probably... Oh, it's already fixed. Why was it 100%? I don't know. Okay. I do have to make a note. Every stream, I make notes. So it's supposed to automatically be at the correct level. And according to the settings, that's true. Yeah, it was at 100%. Not sure why. Okay, all seems to be good. Anyway, it's noises in the ear. Tater Tot with Cream has resubscribed. I didn't hear any sound for that notification, so I think that means it's broken. Leonard Datch, thank you for 19 months. Appreciate it. Anyway, I'll keep an ear out for that because, you know, I'm used to hearing those little dinglings in the ear, and sometimes they just become a bit... Hey, like I heard that one. Sharo Manaru, thank you for 45 months. Greatly appreciated, my dude. Thank you, everyone, for your continued support. It's greatly appreciated, you know that. I say it so often, I feel like a broken record. Oh yeah, we still got the squid off in the distance. For those of you pointing it out in chat. I like the idea of just leaving the wall at the bottom because it kind of lets the water through. It's like the minuscule detail that no one ever notices. Okay, this is, I believe, the correct height, and then we've got to change that thing over there to anvils. So I haven't had the time to test. I think we're just going to go with the anvil method, which means I need some anvils, right? Where's my, yeah, it's right here. Okay, we're going to be building, like, in this area, so I should really put, like, this in the middle. And I needed anvils in this one, because we are organized. Angry Canine, the one, the 99 months, goodness me. Hey, I need to make another note now. Angry Canine, 99 months. Why would I make a note about that, you might be wondering? Well, if some of you saw our recent stream or caught the clip of what happened in the stream on the second channel, you'll probably be able to do mathematics and use your brain smarts to put those things together and suss out what... Ah! Jeez! With the stars. You know, the cactus we brought for breeding, but having a few cactus around here because it's the desert, I'm actually going to plant them and, like, let them grow. Just so we've got a few more. There's probably, like, a cactus shop / plant thing real close nearby that I could have gone to. Anyway, let's go place these down. Peeps, I've got things to talk about today. I've got a few little tidbits, you know. I could try and make it sound interesting, but, you know, we waffle about all sorts of nonsense. And, I don't know, just some stuff to tell you about that I've been up to. Not the most terribly interesting of things. But we'll get to that this stream. And, we're all caught up on the noises in the ear, just double checking that. Nomadic Nova is here for 3 months. Been listening to your new album on my long drives this month. Thanks for sharing it with the world. Thank you for checking it out. It was a pleasure to share it with the world. It has been a real life-changing moment for me, really. Like, there's pre-album and post-album now. That's how I feel. in this life. All right, I know exactly what we're doing. We need to basic. Oh, do you know what? Don't let me forget this idea. We need string to set off like fireworks. Like we need to detect the player falling down, set off some victory fireworks. The first thing we're going to do though is work on the ramp, which is going to involve lots of sandstone. Let's go ahead. Let's put a crafting table down, one of these, and then grab ourselves. Like a villager. That one. That's the one. That's the one that I need. So I think we'll just go with the regular sandstone, maybe some cut ones in there too. Mix and match a little bit, right? Okay, don't. Oh, got it twice. I put these boxes in the wrong place. I'm gonna be traumatized by the time I finish doing this. Yeesh. Let's get a little bit of a top up going here. Yeah, so I kind of want to build like a sloped, curved thing leading up to this spot. So we know that this is pretty good for your dashing. I want to make it a tiny bit bigger though. Not much, just 2 extra blocks feels about right. Something like that. And yeah, and then I'm just gonna place. I'm gonna think and place. See me in action. Story time, says Jaden Taha. There'll be a little bit of semi-story time. Yeah, actually, this is gonna need to be wider, I think. I don't want it to cut into the run-up space. That doesn't make any sense. So it needs to start, like, we need to push this out a little bit. Let's go 1, 2, 3 and put it there. Oh no, that ends up with the same problem. So like 2 more blocks and it's here. Very much eyeballing this to some extent. Yeah, actually, this bit here can go. You know, watch me work. I won't bore you with every little detail, but I'll place blocks and you can be the judge of if it's working or not, you know. Right, so Michael Stickle, thank you for gifting a sub to Loopy Canis, as well as subscribing yourself for 79 months. 1 year and 9 months left. Have a great stream, Shishwami. Are you still in contact with some of the earlier Hermits? Yeah, I mostly talk to Python. And then, as for other Hermits, lost touch with a fair few of them. I speak to Xisuma on a regular basis. To me, Xisuma, like, is still a Hermit in my mind. Although he's, like, not on here creating content and stuff. Like, he's a part of the group and helps us out with a lot of stuff. So in my mind, you know, Jess is sort of, like, still just one of us Hermits. Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else. But I kind of think that's it. Biffa, talk to Biffa on a regular basis. See, this is why I hate these questions, because oh man, later on if I found out that I forgot to mention Biffa, I'd feel so like gutted with myself. Because Biffa's like one of my most favorite people to have ever recorded with. We just get on so naturally and had so many good times together. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do here. Now, which one is the full block? That's good, because I think what I'll do is I'll turn that one into a stair block just there. Yeah, Michael Stickle, thank you again. Wallcrafter, thank you for 25 months of the Prime. That is greatly appreciated. Biffle is such a gentleman too, says Randy Nicole. Yeah, he's a great sport. And super stoked that you managed to find, you know, another way forward with the City Skyline stuff. I'm also super stoked to play City Skylines later this year. If there's multiplayer, like I'd love to do multiplayer with Biffa, but you know, he'll probably have his like YouTuber gig going on and stuff, right? You know, doing it pro with the other pro video creators. I'm probably going to be playing it casual. I might try and like wing a series on my channel depending on how I feel. I've really got this like urge to tell a story and like to create a series where there's like commentary on how the city is being run and organized. Something like that. Level 3 Crook, thank you for your 3 months of support with the message epic. Thank you, thank you. 3 months is epic, if you ask me. Yes, I'll never forget the Xisuma and Biffa shenanigans in Generic Bees Base Season 1. All those fence posts. Ah, that was just classic good fun right there. I got a hot cup of decaf, as you might suspect. Rokuta says, if Biffa wanted to come back to Hermitcraft, would he or has he official left for good? Yeah, but Biffa left the group officially like a long time ago. I don't know if he wants to come back. You know, when people want to come back, we discuss it as a group. You've got to remember, like, things change over time, and now there's a whole bunch of people who don't remember or know about people from, you know, Season 1 and 2 and stuff. Although Biffa, you know, was with us up until Season 6, I believe. So, with it being such a big group, it's hard for things to change. And we all kind of, like, respect one another's sort of position and whatnot on these things. Right, I'm feeling like we need like another little bit of a drop somewhere around here. Okay, that's actually good if I do that. Then go back to that one. Put in a thingy right there. Wait, no tea, says Michael Stickle. I've become a bit of a coffee drinker. Oh, and by the way, I've barely drunk any coffee in a while now. Like, I used up all my coffee before I went to the States. I didn't really drink any actual coffee. I drank a lot of decaf, which has probably still got caffeine in. I've like totally come off the caffeine, and I've been doing my workouts, and as I suspected, like, it can give you a bit of like an energy feeling, like a bit of a buzz. Not a buzz. Buzz isn't quite the right word. Maybe it is. You get a boost from caffeine, right? You get a sense of like tiredness going away or whatnot. But I don't really have a problem with it anyway. And since I've been back, I've just been working out and doing great with the workouts. Like I can't look at it and be like, hey, some caffeine would help here. So I just haven't bothered. Honestly, this is not looking like I thought it would. I think I've gone too steep with it. So I'm gonna come back to about here. Maybe try again. Like, I'm trying to build out a shape, and I don't know quite what that shape is. It's got to, like, just make sense when I look at it, that sort of deal. That feels a bit more like it. It might help if this wall were properly built up as well. Anyway, as a result of me not having that much coffee, I think I've been just having a lot of decaf to kind of compensate that somewhat, right? Something like that. I like doing exercise, but I hate being sweaty, says Proud Looney. I treat being sweaty kind of like an endurance, like when you're running or you're lifting and you're working out hard and you're like putting up with that feeling of like sort of being uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is definitely the word. I kind of treat it like that. I'm like, you got to be sweaty to get the work done, so just put up with it. It's like that extra layer of intensity now. Hey, this is actually, I think this is actually like going in the direction I want. So I don't mind getting a bit sweaty. Plus, it's that time of year here, man. Like, you will just get sweaty. Shower every day, if not more than once. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit more like it. I think what it might lack as well is a bit of contrast to kind of sell it. Like, I want it to curve round a bit more. It feels like you've got to make it a bit more finite. Okay, so then we're going to come to this block. continue from there. Hey, Nix Lumina, thank you ever so much for subscribing to the channel, and another JT is here for 73 months. Oh my goodness me, that is a long, long time. Thank you for the tremendous support. As always, peeps, there is a emote. There is an emote for this that I just don't use enough. Your support is appreciated, peeps. Believe me. Especially with where I'm at right now. Like, taking a break on YouTube feels kind of risky, you know? It's nice to come here and you know, just know that people are obviously still interested in stuff, because when you're not uploading, it feels like a bit of a ghost town sometimes. Anyway, video coming out tomorrow, a Minecraft discussion video, but may just lead to another one. I had some inspiration and some ideas that really kind of came together well. Might have a news video in the work. I'm keeping the workload light on the main channel so I can focus on other stuff, and I'm just trying to like plan ahead a lot, make sure there's things in the work so I don't like crunch myself at any point. Okay, so about like this bit right here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I need to just modify like 1 or 2 blocks, I think. It's starting to make sense to me. I'm also doing a little bit of mirroring, which I think is helping. Also, by the way, the music I picked today are just my total vibes at the moment. Just listening to loads of this spacey ambient stuff and like going into my like creative part of my brain. Kid Canuck says, I have personally been experimenting with caffeine because once I just get out of bed and I move, I am no longer tired. Gone days cutting it completely and feel no different than days with it. So I'm starting to wonder if caffeine has ever had an effect on me at all. I think I can give you some insight there, because the problem with the way we talk about caffeine and the way people think about it is that you tend to think it gives you energy, which it actually doesn't. It stops your brain, like it stops a hormone in your brain that tells you you're tired, right? Now the reason your brain is sending out that hormone is because you are physically tired and need a break. So when we stop that signal, it's a bit of a hack, right? But it doesn't address the underlying system. So by you getting used to getting out of bed and just getting going, you are probably just sort of naturally tuning your body to get going in the morning, right? And to just crack on with it and get your energy levels ready for that. And that can make a big difference. Because, you know, then you're... Okay, my brain is struggling to multitask right now. Basically, like... Here's the thing about me. I work so hard on myself when it comes to exercise and stuff like that, that at the end of the day, I never feel tired. Like, there comes a point where it makes sense to go to sleep. But if I need to keep going, I can do anything. I can go for a run, whatever. But like, that didn't happen overnight. It took a long time of consistently doing that. So like, with coffee, you sort of create this dependency on using it to feel that way, rather than addressing the underlying problem, which is that if you get in better shape, you don't need to think about that kind of stuff. Ah, the man who could possibly give us a tour, because I do want to tour the museum over there today. And when I've been talking about touring it, I didn't expect Cubfan to give us a tour, but if he's online, maybe he'll be interested in some capacity. Let's have a look at how this is shaped up. Yeah, it just feels to me like as it comes around the corner here, like it's not quite where it could be. This is looking better, this is looking better. Say it twice. It must be nice. Yeah, that feels like it to me. So yeah, you can swoop your way up here to this section. And then this bit. Really though, it needs to be about 3 wide, and it's kind of like juggling between 4 and a bit more. We'll see what happens with this last bit. Ow! That was my own fault because that's on that cactus. Let's drink a bit more of this. Building up tolerance versus dependence, says imans5. I haven't really explained it in that way of framing. But maybe that's a way of looking at it too. Kid Canuck says, and I always prioritize my sleep because of my factory and farm jobs, so I guess that's why. Hey, everyone can do with getting that solid 8 hours of sleep, right? It's huge, makes a huge difference. Since I've been back from New York, I've been sleeping so much better. But I also changed up my routine a little bit. I started stretching before I go to bed at night, and that gives me like a far better wind down with like more distance from screens and technology and stuff, so that could be a factor. So yeah, how's that? We are going to need some absolute contrast in this area. Now, we got new blocks. We've got bamboo blocks. We've got spruce is an old block that I want to use here. So I need to go get my spruce box, but I do have the bamboo one to hand. If we just make like a whole bunch of this stuff real quick. Okay, I don't think green's gonna like blend well with the spruce. I do have a little bit of spruce here, so like this is why we have our boxes like this. This might be enough just to get me through this project, you know, we don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use like a bunch of these on the walls and stuff, right? So like you have windows and then you got like these bits next to it. Now, do you feel like a synergy when you start to look at yellow, brown, green like that? Or is there more of a synergy like that? I feel like the green is going to be harder to build with, and this is going to be way more variety and detail and stuff. So I think I'm going to lean in that direction. And then that means we can also use these textures a lot better, including the mosaic, which I would love to take advantage of. I think it's slabs, right? And then craft those into the mosaics, yeah. It's like down here at the floor level, I don't have... I was initially thinking terracotta, but I'm thinking this stuff. Now, another principle with building that I will speak more so, not from experience, but from trying to learn from other builders, is that when you're mixing your colors, you want them to sort of tell a story. So keeping these textures down low, and then keeping these textures as detail that complement the walls, like each color will serve a role, and that should sort of naturally help with how you understand what you're looking at, right? Because if you imagined a build where all the blocks in the wall, they're from the same palette, but they're all random, you can kind of understand how that would be messy to like look and feel. So what we're doing is we're putting in some order to this. So we'll change up this pattern, but we'll throw it down, cover up this floor. I think we're going to keep these walls and try and put some shape into them, get them interesting from all angles. I've just noticed that it's not the right height as well. So lots to do, really, lots to do. And we just get to crack on and have fun doing it because it's Minecraft. Which is probably a great time to start talking about some stuff that's been going on, some of my plans, etc., right? I've had a couple of really great ideas for Hermitcraft stuff recently. But I think I'm going to take a break from doing these sort of stream style projects, because it's been interesting to experiment with doing these projects purely for a stream, but I don't think it gets the best out of me playing Minecraft. So I think what I'm going to do is essentially take somewhat of a break from Hermitcraft, and this is not a burnout thing, it's really just a like change of gear. I've needed to try and put myself into a different mental space for so long, and often I would have mentioned that in the same breath as music. And now that I've been doing it, it's been feeling so good and like I need it that I kind of want to lean into it a little bit more. So I've been looking for a new Minecraft experience, and you know, Iskal has done something amazing. He's envisioned a game and made it happen through his Vault Hunters mod pack, and I think, yeah, I'm gonna give that one a shot because it's always interested me, and I read up on it a little bit the other day, and it felt right. It felt like, yeah, this is probably the sort of pack I could get into. So I'm going to switch from streaming Hermitcraft to Vault Hunters and take a little bit of a break for a while. I'll probably work on some of my ideas in the background, and I'll still log on and do, like, I'm still working on the project for the sorting system with Pearl. So I've still got like Hermitcraft stuff that I'm doing, but I think I'm just going to take a break, like, as a content creator with it, and continue to focus on other stuff for a while. For how long? I'm not really sure. I imagine when the next update of Minecraft starts to be revealed is probably a definite point for me to, like, get back into the usual thing. And by then I might have built up like a really cool cache of ideas to explore. So I'm just all for giving something a different try, like a different thing, a different go at the moment. That's what I'm for. I've watched this gal play and it seems like... Oh, again! God, it's going to keep getting me, isn't it? The Vixen38, thank you for 53 months. Appreciate your subscription. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Right, so we're going to use... Yeah, spruce is a... No, wait, we took birch, we've got spruce. Let's just get a bunch of this stuff, like, crafted up. We know we're going to make use of these. And I'm not sure what else, but there's options, of course. So, like, this is a good starting point over here. Xisuma, are you going to stop with the videos for long? Yeah, it'll be like at least a month, I reckon. But the videos are still coming out. One comes out tomorrow. Like, I'm aiming for one a week, and I'm trying to do different stuff than I've normally done. Taking a break is good, as Season 9 is roughly 2 months away from becoming the longest season ever. Wow. Wow, that is an awesome statistic. That's super cool. It's been a really amazing Season 2. Dang it, I realised my mistake as soon as I did that. I think it's been one where we've sort of gone from new to old, if that makes sense. Like, there was so much craziness early on, that big playstyle that we've been doing in seasons past, and then it just kind of pivoted to what felt like classic Hermitcraft or something along those lines. What I'm doing, by the way, with this repetition is probably worth avoiding to some extent. Like sometimes you get more by not just copying the same thing down all the way, but adding in some variants and stuff. And I definitely feel like I need more options. Like, I keep thinking about blocks and then telling myself, oh no, not yet, but like, now maybe as soon as they pop into your head, throw them down. So these are going to fit really well. And then we need, like, I think we need bamboo hanging signs in here as well. Oh, that's made with chains, isn't it? And, you know, very quickly does your inventory get challenged as you try and keep some of these options to hand. Oh, wait a minute. It's not those, is it? It's these. Oh, again! Cub's gonna have no firework rockets before long. That's not it. Wait, what is it that you need for the hanging signs? Oh, 6, not 3, right. Well, there we go. Carl Sadoom, thank you for gifting a sub to Soundwave. Hope, as always, appreciating those gifted subs. Soundwave, be sure to say thanks in the chat. And we also got Luna Knight here for 18 months, 2 Twitch babies. Thank you so much. Hi, you have probably been asked this a lot, but when can we expect the next episode of Hermitcraft? Ranitis, you must have literally just tuned in. Literally just tuned in, because I just answered all of that. I'm very happy with taking a break at the moment. Not a break out of necessity, a break out of wanting to just do and feel a little bit different, essentially. Probably going to use some of those at some point, and then I think spruce fence is the other thing. Yeah, so like, I've had a few days lately where I've unloaded so many of these like things that need to get done kind of jobs. Oh, did I literally only make 3? Ugh, whatever. I need more than that. Yeah, I've just been able to like lift so much stuff off my chest now and not have to constantly like grind some survival Minecraft in between, which, you know, it is a grind. Obviously we love doing Hermitcraft, but it's a grind to get those ideas sort of actualized. Yeah, you gotta look at these things and ask, like, what do they say? Like when you add them to the builds, right? What do they say about what you're trying to tell here? Little piles of storage generally look good. It looks like stuff's happening. So yeah, I think I'm gonna close that one off though. Gosh, it is tricky to think and build while you're waffling about something else. I keep losing the train of thought. Is there something like glass pane that we can put here that's solid? I think you can use walls, right? Like we could put in a contrasting thing. I kind of want that feeling of a window, but it to be opaque. Maybe you could put in a glass panel with something behind it. Okay, so now we need the glass chest. So I could put in some brown windows, but they tend to look a little bit yucky. White's generally good. Maybe yellow might be a little bit on the bright side. Let's try that. Actually, that's pretty good. Once we just put something solid behind it, I think it'll all make sense. Whoops. What am I doing? So yeah, this like break that I've given myself recently, I've just had some days where like my mind has just gotten into a really good place and I've been way more creative, and that's just been like, yeah, so good, so good. And I'm just gonna stay with this for a while is essentially what I've been thinking. Kind of looks good on that section. Then when you get here, I feel like you need a bit of a change, maybe. Just because you can. Still feel like there needs to be like another contrasting color somewhere around here. Also, I needed more of those. Definitely want to add like a light hanging off, which I thought I put into here, but I didn't. Do you know what we could do with getting some more inventory space? Not quite there. Yeah, and then as for the hanging sign, like I feel like it should probably be 1 block lower than that, and yeah, like Camel Dash Challenge. Yeah, you'll just see that like off the side. That should totally be in the same spot on the other one as well. Right, what other blocks could we do with here, peeps? So you got any suggestions? I know we've only really just gotten started, but did I just hear like a... Oh, it's the camel. The camel was like groaning or something. Yeah, just, I don't know, like we'll come in and replace some sandstone blocks with chiseled sandstone and stuff like that. feels like I'm forgetting something. One of the reasons that we have all of this, as we do, is to be able to look at it and think. The occasional one of those kind of looks like a natural bush or something for the area. Now, I did like the idea of having an arc go between these things, but I think what we'll do is attach this here. Oh, we're going to start to need some scaffolding soon. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get away with it. FoulRec23, thank you for 11 months of support, my dude. And Carls, thank you for gifting another sub to the one and only Skyfire, who I'm sure has already said thank you. Maybe a dead bush or two, says Pebbles. Oh, always, yes, okay. Strip birch might look good with sandstone. That's why it's in my inventory, and I forgot, right? I forgot. Maybe a question of where. Like, oh, look. Having something to really break up this bit, because I was looking at it and I was thinking, it's the right shape, but the contrast isn't there. Well, if we come in here and do that, we get a little bit of that contrast just naturally. That's cool. Don't think I'll do the same thing again there, but the subtlety of it is important. Some smooth sandstone would go a treat. I think I used it all up. No, still got some. Still got some of that. Just there like so. And then we'll put in the occasional creeper face. I think the shape or the block of those up top might need to change. Definitely got to do something more with those little arches. Birch is looking really good there, says Carls. Yes, it's a nice little contrast to add. Maybe it's like a structural piece as well, of some sort. And I got rid of all the sand, so when we put sand around there, we'll do that later. Okay, then this bit here feels like it's rather plain, kind of lacking something, not sure what. It's very easy in this game just to sort of keep the same blocks. That I will say. And then we got to kind of come into this space and do it all over again here. Because this is like, the idea is that it's like a courtyard. Like, we want to kind of like open feeling. Or maybe you do see into this space a little bit. Maybe we can embrace that somewhat. Like, if I just fill up that. Let's keep that structural shape together. Not sure quite what I'm going for, but just throwing in some lines. Then we need something that sort of speaks to this little bit here. I mean, those blocks look pretty good there. I was going to say they're temporary. They could actually be what we settle with. Let's get a view of this from over here. Like we're dealing with 1, 2, then a bunch of those, then a 1, 2 again. I think it might make sense to do this. Or maybe even just leave it all green. With the blocks in, we'll start to now see that vision a little bit clearer. Something like that. Maybe it's 1 block higher the whole way around. Yeah, definitely not the right block. But I feel like that's the right shape for what we're looking for. See, now we're just starting to suss things out a little bit at a time. I can see some things coming together here, some things that I like, so that's all good. Maybe sandstone walls in between some textures, that's always a good idea. The strip works better, says Doom Muppet. It might do, but it encounters another problem, which is that the floor is going to be all of this material, so we should probably go ahead and do that. This is the best way to farm cactus peeps, I tell you. So another little story for you. I think this has come about just. Oh God, stop it! Just from being in a good creative space and whatnot. But the other day, like yesterday, I was just absolutely in the mood to watch my favorite movie. I was like, I like to watch when I eat. I like to watch something, and because I've been consuming so much less YouTube lately, I kind of exhausted watching shows. You know, like Succession. I think was the last one that I finished watching, and I just didn't feel like getting into anything new at all. I've been looking around. And I don't know, I don't know what to watch. And I just decided to watch like an old movie, one of my favourites. JPLC1410. Thank you for 8 months of support, my dude. Greatly appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying the stream, enjoying the waffle. Because, oh my god, we're going on a waffle, right? Hey, Michael Stickle. Thank you for 2 gifted subs to Hurricane, TJ, and sub to Mumbo. We always appreciate the gifting of the subs, of course. And thank you for doing that, my friend. It's appreciated. What movie? Says hello, hello. I know it's like I'm teasing you. What is this movie? My favorite movie, okay, apart from, you know, your international movie database top 250 movies, right? There's loads in there that I adore. I feel like that list sort of caters to my generation, so to speak. Yeah, so like there's a lot of picks from that I would be like, I love these movies. But when it comes to like having a favorite movie where it's like, I know this is no one else's favorite movie, yeah? My favorite movie has got to be Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones, right? I watched this when I was a kid. I watched this movie 3 times in one day. And I realized as I get older that for a kid, like that's actually not that like crazy, because kids love to, like, when they find something they love to rewatch stuff. And I think it's as you get older that you tend to develop this idea of like seeing it, you know, what's next. And when you're younger, you tend to really like engross yourself in something when you like it. But the reason that I watched it in three times in one day is because I had a copy of it on VHS, and I remember that I decided I wanted to watch it, you know. I love this movie, I'm going to watch it in the morning. I think I skipped school or something, right? Like I was at home, maybe I was sick. And then like it was on TV the same day, so I just watched it anyway. I can't remember the reason I watched it a 3rd time. Maybe it's because I liked it so much I thought I'd watch it one more time. Kids find comfort in repetition, says Ali Muffin. That's an interesting theory right there. That could be true, yeah. Carl says it's a sudden eruption of an underground volcano in Los Angeles or somewhere. Yeah, it's set in LA, and I just love it. And it's got, you know, it's got that 90s nostalgia kind of to it. You call it nostalgia now, like when you were watching it at the time, it wasn't nostalgia, but it's just got that era that I like. And every beat of that movie, I just remember it. Like all the quirky lines, all the little details. I was watching it again, like there's this scene where Anne Hesh takes off her like backpack, her gear, her breathing tank, and throws it on the top of her Humvee, and like some guy just runs past and yanks it. And I always found that funny, and like every beat of that movie just sticks in my mind for some reason. And watching it again, I noticed even more little details. Like there's this scene where the fire truck gets hit by like a magma bomb or whatever it is they called it. It like erupts and lands on the thing. And the next scene you see is a firefighter landing on their feet. But what I noticed this time is that you see them eject the firefighter, and it's hilarious because it's like when you watch it, like I rewound and watch it again, the projectile that they attached in the stunt, it just shoots the thing out way too fast. Like that fireman was heading towards the moon, you know? And I love it. I loved just all of the lines, like you know them before they're finished. And the pace of the movie is really good. I do feel like the last bit sags somewhat because the mystery is no longer a mystery, and it kind of repeats itself. And there is this absolutely ridiculous sequence at the end where Tommy Lee Jones, like, runs across under a falling building, a tower like the one behind me, and he then sees his daughter and another child and gets them just in time to jump and grab them. Now, you know, if there's two people standing here and like you run and jump and, you know, you get to about here, IRL. You don't dodge a falling building like that. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, yet I love it. And there's also this moment where they try and sort of tell you that Anhesh has like hawk eye vision because they do this crazy zoom down a really long street. It's like a 2-second cut, and it's sort of like trying to tell you that, oh look, she spotted them off in the distance. But when you think about it, it's like no one has vision like that. It's so silly. But I love it. Light Soul says the stereotypical movie stuff. Maybe, like sometimes movies can do things well, but yeah, these are like typical movie tropes where it doesn't really kind of work like that, right? So I just love all its little quirks and its details, and I know people will like rip on it and say it's terrible, but I've always just loved it, and I think it's because of the character that Tommy Lee Jones plays. Like he's like a response person who deals with disaster and problems and danger and stuff. And I just love all his really fast quips where, like, you know, he just survives this underground explosion and crawls out of the event. And as he takes a big breath, he also then barks off all of these orders. And you can just see how his mind is, like, fixed on the situation and how to solve it. And I always thought that was, like, a really cool job. Like, imagine having that job, being, like, a disaster response person. Seems super cool. Anyway, like, I'm not going to tell you, like, go watch it. It's a really good movie. It's just a movie that I have some irrational attachment to, or something like that. And it was so good to watch it again. But I've just been thinking, it's more a case of, like, where I've given myself this break lately, my brain's just been in a much better spot because of it. Everything's just been so much easier and fun, and yeah, I'm just having a good time with it all, really. So what do we think of this? It's a bit much at the moment. It needs stuff to break it up, that's for sure. That is for sure. Then you got a big old ugly wall there. We're going to have to deal with that. We haven't really set up any of the redstone or anything like that yet either. Right, I'm thinking we need to sort out some of the blocks on this side. This over here is sort of close to being done, but it needs a few more things to it. One of them being the chiseled blocks, right, which you make out of the slabs. Those ones. And those are the regular sandstone slabs. Oh my god, I've got so much stuff on me. Am I out of, like, normal sandstone now? I'm going to be naughty and just make some out of this. Okay, and then that stuff makes these, and then we're good again. Right. Could you potentially use hay bales somewhere? Brilliant, thank you. That absolutely fits into this area super well. I like it. I think what I'm going to do is go like that. Oh, another thing about the Volcano movie is, like, spotting actors again. Like, the guy who is one of the police lieutenants or chiefs in The Wire is in that movie, and I didn't realise it, and watching it again I was like, oh, it's the guy from The Wire. And also, really quite sad, I was looking up all the actors and actresses, and Anhesh actually, like, passed away last year, which I thought was quite sad. It just felt like one of those moments, you know, like, you look them up, you're wondering what they're up to, and then you're kind of reminded of how, like, fragile life is sometimes. Carls of Doom says, drives me crazy when I see a familiar actor in a movie and I can't place where I've seen them before. Luckily, you got International Movie Database for that, right? Just all the info at your fingertips. Right, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking it's got to be like that, really. Just so it all kind of lines up nice. Whoops. It's not what I'm trying to do. Tell you what though, I've had a bit of an idea for like a detail. What if we just maybe a bit lower than that? No, not with anything on it. Again, not with anything on it. I'm too eager. Like, what if that came all the way across over to here and we had, let's see, some sort of thing up there, like maybe a target. Why am I thinking target block? Let's just go for it. Hay bales is the one we don't want to forget.
Well, hello there,
Oh,
Mr. X.
Jesus! Oh,
Howdy, howdy.
you got me again!
Oh, I can hear myself. Oh, this is bizarre.
Wait, you can hear yourself?
Ah!
Oh, I know what the issue is. Sorry, Cub.
I'm hearing my own voice coming through your audio, X. What is this?
Okay.
I still can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh, there. I hear him.
Right.
I hear him.
So I had all my sound settings on my computer reset themselves. That was terrific. I have been startled by your fireworks too many times to count, and then you come over here and startle me as well as them. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
What is this going to be, X? What is this going to be?
Oh, you're going to love this, Cubfan. This is right up your street. Come over here, my friends.
Is this the thing with the camel you were talking about?
Yes. If you want to hop on that sucker.
Okay, I am streaming. Is that okay?
Oh, that's absolutely fine. I'm streaming too, by the way.
Okay. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna hop on.
Okay, so if you come around here, make your way to the top. The challenge is to do a camel dash across this gap. So you can start at the back here. You can jump before these anvils. If you're too late, obviously you just fall down. And then the idea is to land and then just drop down on the opposite side of that thing over there.
Okay.
Feeling confident? Since it's your
but
first,
here I go anyway.
Since it's your first try, I will join you.
Oh, well short. Well short.
Well short.
Man, oh man. That is. Look, it feels like it's like impossibly far. Let me try again.
Yeah, give it a go. I built it here deliberately because I wanted to put it in like across a road that attracts people. And I'm now thinking, I'm looking over there and I'm thinking I've sort of blocked the view of your wonderful build a little bit, so I'm going to modify this wall. Like, note to self. Keep checking the eye line.
Don't worry about it. It's great.
I want to make it complement the area, you know, and I've just spotted it. This is too much.
I'm barely even making it to the water.
Yeah, okay, so the jump you're doing, I've confirmed that it is possible. And then we were trying to make an even harder jump. And I wasn't able to like confirm it would work. So if people do this really easy, I've got like a harder mode up my sleeve as well. So plenty of challenge.
Oh, that was my best one yet. That was very close. I have to come back to this though. This is a tough one.
Yeah, it needs like a prize. Oh, have you got the lead or I've got the lead?
I think you got it. Yep.
Like, what do you think you should get for completing such a challenge?
Ooh, maybe a camel.
I was literally just thinking that as well.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, oh yeah, gotta go breed up some more camels and, you know, park them in the area, and maybe that's your prize.
I think it's a great idea, yeah.
That's a great way to get your hands on a camel, is to prove you can use them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is great, X. This is a lot of fun. I'll try again. Like I said, it seems like a tough challenge. So.
It is, yeah. By the way, do you have like a saddle farm? Or villagers that you trade with?
I don't have a saddle farm. Not me. I know, I think Grian and Tango and Scar, they might have one.
They unfortunately, like, so I went to a bunch of villager farms and no one does the leather worker with the cauldron. Probably because the trades are useful, but now that we want lots of saddles, like, they're in demand, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll let the economy sort it out, right? The market.
Yeah, sure.
The market will do its thing. There's now demand for saddles.
Yeah. All right, I got
They'll get overproduced. All right.
But yeah, this was great. This is awesome. Yeah.
All right. Enjoy your stream, Cub. See ya.
See you soon.
Yeah, the market's now going to overproduce, right? That's how that works. Yeah. So I was just looking at this and thinking we'll put a target block on either side. It's actually like a really nice color, just to sort of, or a block even. And hay bales was the other thing. desperately don't want to forget all these cool ideas we're coming up with. Like, as you add more bits, it does slowly come together, doesn't it? Or maybe a chain. I actually have chains on me. Maybe a chain just going across there looks better. Well, those pop off nice. Maybe a chain with something in the middle. And like the hanging sign could be below. Maybe the hanging sign is the thing in the middle. It'll probably look a bit odd. A little bit awkward. Kind of feel like maybe putting another one of those, but well, well, do you know what? Lightning rods will fit very easily into this category. This category? Oh my god! I feel like I've just become a word idiot. I feel like these will fit really nice into the area, the build palette. So we'll hold on to those. Hay bales! Gosh, so many thoughts. I think I should stop telling stories while I work on stuff, or talk about stupid movies like Volcano. Because like you get a half and half that way, like half focused on talking about one thing and half focused on the other. Hay bales definitely, they don't contrast the floor is the issue. I feel like actually looking around, like maybe deep slate would be better. Like you got granite and then deep slate and then put granite here. Oh gosh, that seems so much better in my head. Sometimes you just got to work for it, you know? Like keep throwing down things and try and get there. Anyway, at some point I've also really got to start to now polish the experience so that it's ready for anyone who wants to come and play. Might not even get around to that today. Like, I've commented on how much of a grind it is to make an episode, right? Like, y'all probably know that from watching Hermit's stream. But this is that moment where you kind of see, like, what a jump cut is really like. It's like, you know, a couple of building jump cuts for this, it's like hours. Scaffolding would go good in the area. Thank you for the suggestion. Oh my god, so much junk. Yeah, this is what belongs here, isn't it? Again! The Revenge of Cubfan! That's lovely. That's a real nice blend, but it just... Oh my god, someone's shooting at me? It just doesn't quite go... I just got a call. Let me just reply to this. Okay, let's see. We are going to grab... Right, so what was the deep slate down here? Oh, it's basalt. It's actually more basalt than deep slate, isn't it? So with it being this stuff, we don't have access to slabbage, but we do with that type. Let's hope this works. This will also now potentially really change up what we can do with the bamboo blocks. And yes, I'm going to have a stupid amount of like mosaic ones left over. Oh yeah, we don't want the same... There's no basalt slab as well, so... Like really, what do I want to mix it up with? Probably that one? That's looking better. And again, that time it didn't like alarm me. I think I'm getting used to it. Strange as that is. I feel like sandstone would probably be a good shout just here. Oh, okay.
TCG.
Easy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. TCG, baby, you and me.
I've really got to reply to this message. Yeah, it's the sort of thing I'd like to actually, like the kind of call I should probably take, but I'm not sure how much of help I can be. So I'm just going to be replying to a couple of messages for a minute and figuring out what's going on here. Oh look, we missed a slab. And you know what, I'm going to leave that over there because it's next to sand, and stick with our idea to change the palette here. Oh yeah, we can rotate these blocks, that's important. Not all of them have to face up all the time, right? And that's kind of cool because it gives you like multiple textures out of one block. Now, does that look right? I think it looks so much better than the bamboo. What do y'all think? X, could you play us one of your songs while you figure stuff out? Yeah, I guess I could actually just like put a song in the middle for 5 minutes and take a call. That's actually a thing I could do. That's yeah. Okay, maybe I'll thing is, I might be gone for a little bit longer than that. I'll wait for a reply first and just figure out what's going on. Also, it'd probably help if I were to think a little bit more on what I need to do. Oh, I could put in... Actually, we've got slabs for that, so slabs will cover that bit. Yeah, just a few occasional ones of these, probably near the edges. Again, you set up little rules for things, and they just naturally like tell stories. Like, the texturing makes sense, like in a way where you don't think about it if you're like an onlooker. Okay. Yeah, oh god. Like phones really just like take you away from whatever you're doing. It's like I reply and it's just like completely zoned out. Okay. This don't work over here for me, but I think it would if it were like this. That works for me. It's getting there. It needs like details and blocks that tell a story. That always really helps break this stuff up. And then again, the bamboo, which oh my god, I don't have. Just stupid amounts of junk again. Wasn't one of these also a junk shulker box? I've lost track of what's what now. This one here. This can be a spot to put a bunch of random blocks, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Something like that. That's looking a fair bit better now. I think actually I can probably slim these down a bit. Then maybe some trapdoors on top. Probably birch ones would make sense. Oh, that's not... Oh, wait, that texture don't work. Thought it would. Okay, I need to reply to this message again. Okay. I'm gonna continuously be distracted for a while now. Whoa! Oh, I tell you what, we made a bunch of slabs, right? Like... Hey, maybe they don't need to be like on every one of them. They could add a bit of slopage. Go away! Yeah, goose. It breaks it up a little bit, I guess. Bamboo fence. I forgot that that was a thing. Now I've got a potato in my inventory. I don't need it. Oh my god. You're coming from in here? Oh, from out there. Okay. Anyway, we've got to get this place in like working order, I think, is the idea. We've done some detail work. There's still a ways to go. Oh, and I keep setting that off. So I do believe we would be wise to introduce a little more contrast. I might even consider changing this from sandstone, but let's say we do that over here. Right, we've got this. Let's see. I think this just needs to be deeper, like that. Hey, Xisuma, what do you think of the Hermitcraft Gacha fan-made community? I have no idea what that is. Is Gacha a new social media? Like the book face? And the kilograms? Is it like one of those? Or the old TikTok or the clock? Because I'm hip, I'm swing, I'm in. I know all about the medias that are social. What you young'uns are up to. Hey, this could even like turn the corner and sort of like push you over to here. Have some slabs, so the camel automatically kind of gets unloaded. I got no slabs again. Hey, maybe over on this side I'll end up using some of that mosaic stuff, right? Uh-huh. And the dying bird. Yeah, the dying bird. I will just put that there because I don't care anymore. Yeah, so you land safely, come down here. I feel like even on like these areas you need to put in detail and shape just to keep it feeling good. Oh, that's kind of nice. Then obviously this here needs to change the opposite sides. And then we have something different going on here. And again, the inventory is just, I don't even know what to say at this point. It's just full of naff. I mean, I could properly sort some of this stuff back into where it belongs, but then that's a bunch of work. And that even there, when you're trying to be organised, it's still a hassle. What social network do you use the most, and do you use Reddit? I don't really like Reddit. In fact, I don't really like much social media anymore. I use Twitter, but really that's just to communicate with all of y'all. I've really been zoning out on what's been going on in social media. No one's explained what gacha is to me. Does anyone want to explain? I'm all ears, peeps. I'm all ears. I'm all ears, my dears. Gacha sounds like an anime. The way the message was worded, it sounded like it was like a place for communities. Gacha is basically a rubber ball machine with rarities. I'm even more confused now. A rubber ball machine? Like, how does a rubber ball machine with rarities have a Hermitcraft fan community? Like, am I now this old that stuff like this is just, oh, X, you're so out of touch? You're so not with it. I've not been with it at all lately. I've been listening to less podcasts. I've been watching less YouTube videos. I've been spending time just walking and not listening to anything. And it feels great. And I need to check my phone again. Imagine loot boxes but IRL. Okay, I am just getting further and further away from understanding. Because, like, what? IRL loot boxes and a Hermitcraft fan community. I don't get it. I feel like there could be a nice big window here. Although it would be a clear window, wouldn't it? Maybe not here. Maybe this is an opportunity for more of those walls. And then the window on that side or something. Gacha is an app that lets you make a wide variety of characters and animate them. Okay, so are there Hermitcraft ones that people are like gambling with or something? It's starting to sound like something I don't like. I really don't like it when people use our likeness for things like that. And it's usually done. If this is starting to be what I think it is, which is someone's using some sort of gambling app to use our likeness to bring people in or whatever, like there's usually, like, I can imagine it in my head, like when you reach out and you try and stop it from happening, it's like, oh, we thought you'd be cool with it, kind of thing. I hate getting that excuse. I hate it. Not saying that's what's going on, just it sort of sounds like one of those things so far. But boy, I really hate it when people, you know, they do that scummy thing and then they hold that line of like, oh, well, we didn't know. And it's like, yeah, because you never asked, because you know what the answer would be. There are so many Hermitcraft ones, mostly on YouTube. It's not a gambling thing, it's more like fan animation. Oh, well, you know, fan animation's totally different then, isn't it? Totally different thing. Asking for forgiveness instead of permission. Yeah, that's literally it, isn't it? That strategy that sometimes people use. You do the thing, then you ask for forgiveness instead of asking for permission. And it's not cool. And I think most people that do it kind of know, but they think it's like a get out of jail free card or something. That does not work. Anyhoozle, I did mention that this this area kind of needed to be like ready for What did we agree on? Camels are going to be the prize. So like, let's build a little camel hut pen area thing. Definitely going to need to break this up a little bit with some of that kind of stuff. Right, I need to do a thing on my computer now again. Then I can come to here. And so now that we look at that, we can start to develop the... actually, I think I'm gonna go with other things at that point. Right, I need to do a thing quickly on another screen. Whoops, clicked on the wrong thing. Well, which one of these? Okay, and then what is that? Okay, right, let's get back to it. Camels, camels, camels! That's what we're about. Did I get a noise in here? I did! Logical Geek Boy! The one, the only, the legend! 14 months! I am doing well, thanks for asking. And Beastky Glow, thank you ever so much for 10 months of support. Also, believe it or not, appreciated as well. You should be able to use the mosaic blocks to make fences. Official complaint. Wait. Why doesn't that work with this? Oh, it just doesn't swap there? Is that a bug? There might be a bug, peeps. What about that then? Oh, that should really work. That's criminal that doesn't work. Yeah, and you get less from that as well. Oh, dang it. So I've made hardly any of these. Jeez. Well, I was sort of thinking something like this. Contrast might actually be better here. Now this is going to be like a camel pen, so this is fine because if they ever wander in, the water pushes them out. What you will need is a very select little contraption that I made a video on a very long time ago, actually. Just had a little bit of a nostalgia moment for myself there. Oak fence might look good. Yeah, it might do. Okay, But this little building session that we've been on today sort of like swung my mind back a little bit to the old inventory update argument. Like, I have made a conscious effort to complain less, but work on the solution more, like by being organized. But even then, it's like, it's a right old bit of effort to get it right. Also, this actually needs to be like that, now that I think about it. And this might make what we're building here look really ugly, I'm not sure. Because like that's the floor area. If it's big enough, we'll probably leave it sandy. We've got to build a little bit more this and that over here. I got to check my phone again. Oh, interesting. I could tell you what's going on right now, but it's probably just not wise. But I have to help someone with something. The problem with being like someone online is that you make yourself like so much more of a target, and it really makes it tricky to kind of know when and where and what to talk about. Like, it'll probably be completely harmless to talk about, but then again, maybe not. Anyway, I'm just doing a couple of things so I can shoot off another message. Interesting, interesting. Okay, right, back to it. X better be safe than sorry, yeah. Plus it involves other people, so like if I'm taking a risk, I'm taking it for more than just myself, so I shan't say what's going on. Yeah, then over here, what we're going to do, like 1, 2 to there. That's the wrong block. Maybe something like this. Yeah, it's starting to feel okay. Now, this bit is super important here because, okay, I'm going to need more of those, aren't I? I just know I'm going to run out. Like, whatever. We'll have to go get some more bamboo from somewhere. Oh, and if we buy it from Impulse, we get a box, and then we can fill that box up with junk. Like rotted flesh that I do not want in my inventory right now. Okay, so... Here's the trick. This will stop a camel from going out and in, but the player can easily ride it through. So the reason that we're gonna... Oh my god, go away! On the other hermits, there's a whole bunch of other hermits online. Why aren't they sleeping? Assume if it helps, you can talk about the situation rather than the situation itself. How you feel? No, like, my feelings about what's going on are... No, it doesn't matter. I will just not talk about it. Are they coming for me? Right, what material is the roof made out of? I was kind of thinking... Oh my god. Carpets, but like... Then you need a bunch of string. And... Probably it'll end up looking a bit... jank, maybe? I don't know. You might not need a roof here, to be honest. Well, what I do need is to stop the camels escaping in this space. So we need blocks between. That's for sure. I don't know what I put between to actually stop them getting out and have it, like, make sense. Oh, please stop. just put birch fences between them. Don't they connect? Like, I don't want it to look like a cage. Oh, I tell you what, the camel just needs to not be able to jump up. And I think it could potentially jump into there and then go through like that. But we'll start with that at least. In fact, it's only on this corner that they can do that, so... maybe I'll just get rid of that. Camel might jump there, so like... we'll just... starting to look a bit jank there, isn't it? That might just keep them grounded, peeps. That might keep them grounded. And then again, this bit here is maybe a bit of a problem. I can kind of see them using this here to get out into those spaces. Don't they have a chonky hitbox? I assume their hitbox is actually the same as a horse. Let's go find out if this works then or not. That was a poor assumption of mine, actually. Oh, I didn't take the lead off. It does kind of look like this might not... oh, it doesn't work for the camel. Wow. That old trick don't work for no camel, hey? And it can fit through that. Actually, this is... oh my god, this is just not straightforward, is it? And you literally show me straight away that you'll escape. This trick will work if I change the floor to trapdoors, I think. Although it's probably the ceiling that you... maybe it's the ceiling you want as a trapdoor. This is going to have to get way more cagey than I want it to be. I think we can get there. There's some ideas. There's some ideas here. Like, that might let us in and out now. No. Huh. Maybe it's calculating my hitbox as well. Like something that it didn't used to do. Okay, that, you know, that needs some proper testing though. I don't know if they can probably push each other. Oh my god, they push each other out, don't they? I'm going about this all wrong. We probably need some redstone somewhere around here then, like a player activated switch to just push these blocks up and down, something like that. Wow, everything we've done today has been harder work than I thought it would be. And maybe we don't need a roof. Like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, maybe we don't actually need a roof. Let's start with that. And then try and think of another solution for this thing. Yeah, that old trick does not work. Unfortunately. Oh, and then I need to... yeah, and I'm out of bamboo. So now... alright, okay. Okay. Gosh, that thing's going to get set off so many times, isn't it? Impulse, where art thou? Oh yeah, I know where Impulse is, right here. One thing in myth busting, says Bear. It would seem so, wouldn't it? Was it on this floor? I seem to... yeah, it was on this floor. We came here and then it... and that was me. I'm going to buy 2. The only issue is... that's the wrong way to do it. Ah, time for my favourite song from this record. Probably my favourite song by this artist. This one right here is my jam. Like, this is my focus song. Speaking of which, I've been sat down the whole stream, and now I'm painfully aware of how numb my bum is. Do we need a numb bum emote? Because that would be a weird kind of emote. Toilet break incoming, says Burt Potato. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, honestly, I know what my bladder's going to do. I never finished that coffee. That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, let's do a little BRB. Peeps, hit the follow button if you enjoyed today's stream. But don't go anywhere. You know, stick around, because, as they say, I will be right back. Guess who's back? Back again. Xisuma's back, tell a friend. Hi. Let's crack on with it, shall we? Told you I'd be right back. This is a really good deal, actually. Like, I did want to build a bamboo farm for this update, but now that I'm taking a break, it's like, eh. Oh my god, so many items once again. Sort that inventory out. Yeah, like, even my attempts to organize the inventory better, it's really clear that, you know, there are just some really big problems that they need to address. I don't think we're going to get an inventory update. Like, not even saying anytime soon, I just don't think it's a priority over there. Okay, that's nice. Then here, they can still kind of like hop up. Let's see if it can escape that gap. Oh gosh. Yeah, I just realised that. I just realised that, mate. Come on. So it can't get through that gap, that's cool. But then this is this like lone little structure, so we'll destroy that there, do that, do that. Yeah, so now we know how to block it. We'll put all the blocks in place and then work on the entrance. So it's going to need something similar like in this space, no matter what we try and do. Am I out? Am I out again? I think I'm out. Just, ugh. Out of them so quick. It is a nice structure. I think it needs a little bit of something attached to contrast it, perhaps. Right, so I think that's inescapable currently. Like, what about this corner here? Oh no, you can go right up that. So can camels just nudge themselves up a block and a half? I think... They can. They can just go up a block and a half at a time. So in order to stop it there... Like, we can do that, but then can it climb... Stop going away! Climb a little further. Yeah, it can really go where it wants, can't it? So I think that just about stops it over here. Gonna need to put one of those somewhere. Maybe just like this. Looks. Oh yeah, that's right, buddy. I'm on a camel. I got a superpower. Yeah, I'm gonna modify this corner a little bit. I just don't kind of like how it's arranged currently. And then I'm out again. Dang it, just so quick and we're out. That's a bit much. Maybe just that many for now. Only 6. God, out of it so quick. He's coming for me. Oh. Why aren't these hermits sleeping? Okay. I will not take responsibility for the situation. I will question others instead. They best not be following me up here. Yeah, there you go. Do you have a link to all your resource packs? Or some command for them? Oh, the camel set it off now. Oh, God. Come back here. It just keeps going. Right. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a camel in a cage. Let's do that. Okay, so... Oh, I've run out again. Didn't I just make a bunch more? So, in terms of looks, actually, I think filling in the corners was a bad idea. Like that gives you a little something extra, I think. When they're not all connected. Breaks the sight line. Oh my god, it goes off again. Cub's going to run out of rockets by the end of the stream, I think. Sorry, Cub. Yeah, so like that. I think that's like a better look. Now, it can't cut. We can go in here. It can't. Let's now remove this. Because I'm wondering... I think I know what we need to do with our redstone contraption to let them out. Yes, I know what to do. We need a bunch of sticky pistons. Le piston. Eh? That was me trying to sound French, I think. Probably offending people in the process. Oui. Excuse me. Excuse me. Trying to build a contraption that lets you get out of here, my friend. Oh, I'm a camel. There it is again.
1, 2, 3, TCG, baby, you and me.
I think they're playing TCG games, right? And it's being activated, like, universally. Oh! They're playing in there! For some reason I just thought they were, like, in a different place. I like, oh, just... Isn't that funny? Like, sometimes your brain just makes, like, an assumption or fills in a blank. And you don't really question it. I don't know why, but I just pictured them playing over in that area. Oh my god. Even when the sound goes off, it's like... That should be a hint. That should be a clue. Okay, so we just need like a lever. The lever's probably going to have like a sticky piston. I kind of want to put it close to the entrance. I think having it here probably makes more sense. Oh no, then we don't get to really hide it. So actually we'll put it here. Ah! So yeah, the redstone wire is going to come there. Then we need... Okay, we're going to need... Oh my god. It's driving me mad now. I don't want rotted flesh. Okay, so sticky piston, redstone block. Didn't we clear this inventory out like seconds ago? Oh, Yang! Sort it out, please! It's killing me. Right, sticky piston. You need a block above it with a lever. Or a pulse. Might actually be a better choice. Maybe I'll go with this as well. Like the block of bamboo. So yeah, that needs to be like at this height. Yeah, I thought you might do that. This guy hasn't escaped now, which is promising. Nope. Yep. Oh. Gosh! We could put some trapdoors around this thing, but then that would activate it, wouldn't it? Anyway, you're here. We need to just finish wiring it up. Does it all need to be one block lower? It does. Wow. Missed that one, didn't I? One, two, three. Much better. Ah, let me out. This big camel butt in my face here. Gosh. That's wrong. Ah. Oh. I will get there eventually. Okay. Finally some progress. Wait, that's the default state? Maybe I did have it. No, I didn't have it right the first time. What am I thinking? Don't you even think about that's it. That's it. Sit right there. Okay, now press the button. Voila. But I want to leave. Okay. Yay! I made redstone contraption thing. Me smart, brain good. Napster bad. What? Okay. Woo. That doesn't look like the right block to be there, does it? And it needs signage. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, the buttons! The buttons, peeps! The glorious buttons! I mean, how? How only now? Where would they go here? Maybe they don't need to be there. But they need to be somewhere, these buttons. I mean, they add a little something, if nothing else. Okay, we need more buttons. We need more buttons. We need to talk about something that happened on the internet, peeps. We need to talk about it. Right, so I'm thinking a block here that can be powered. I kind of don't want it to connect to those, which is annoying. Then put trapdoor. Oh my god, that is so annoying. Okay, wait. I'm looking for a block and it's like not anywhere, so let's make it. Oh, it's literally a momentary. Okay. I know! Stop telling me! So then we want, you know, maybe just a spruce block, like. Okay, and it connects, whatever. But then here, we put ourselves a contrasting button on top. You also need a sign somewhere that says, like, press the button. Where did I put those hanging signs? Oh! I just had an idea. Okay, hanging signs, yep. Stairs, I need some stairs. I know I got some somewhere. Right. If this works, I'm gonna cry. Actually, I don't know, look. Can you go out like this? Because their AI... Okay, we established this earlier. If that trick right there worked and I could get out, the issue always is that they can nudge each other in there, and then that's when it breaks. So you need something solid, basically. Okay, so let's not act like we've got it wrong. Kind of want it just to be there, but it don't let me place it. Is there something I can modify? Can I make that button more obvious? Is there a block that you can just like right click and update? Like a note block does, but then you need to use like bud powering or an observer or something, right? So then all the redstone there gets a bit more complicated. Because if I made it like that... Berry bush. I don't think a berry bush does that. You have to wait for it to grow. It does send an update, I guess. Oh my god, please stop. Yeah, like I could actually... you need a repeater as well is the issue. Because it creates a one-tick pulse, so it'll become a flip-flop, which may not actually be a bad thing. I could do like press to toggle gate. Okay, I think we've got a solution here then. And once again, we've got an absolutely naff inventory. The inventory is naff. Ah! Not again! Leave X alone. Where did I put my bed? Oh, these monsters. No! Okay, you need to get dealt with pretty quick. Gosh. Oh, someone else has got us. Gordishi! Thank you so much for 66 months. Evil in the his house. We also had Toguro Joe here for 56 months. 15 minutes ago. I'm so sorry, my dude. I just got caught up in all the happenings, right? All the happenings. So let's get rid of that. Oh, do you know what? This may not require additional redstone. No, it probably will. Additional... How? This inventory is full again. I've literally done nothing. It's full again. Haven't even done the one thing I wanted to do. Okay, so like... Okay, I need another stone block. Then a piece of redstone on top of it. This thing needs to go into my inventory, but it didn't. Probably because my inventory is full of nonsense. I'm going slightly loopy again, aren't I? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. So that goes here. Right, then we put this thing there. Nice! That'll do. Then we can put a sign on top of it, right? So... Okay, like... Click below to toggle gate. Yeah? Now, with the trapdoor stuff, we should be able to put trapdoors all around here. Including on top of those as well. Yep, look at that. Nice! Finally! It's done! Finished. Finito, but not really. Okay, I'm replying to a message. Okay. Wait, overcomplicated? How is it overcomplicated? What's overcomplicated about it? What, like I should use fence gates that you open with your right click or something? That's boring. That's boring. Use a fence gate, says Michael Stick. I know what this is. I know what this is. If I'd have used a fence gate, boring. Why not? Why not make a redstone contraption, X? That's what you would have said. Oh, can never please you, can I? Don't lie to me. That's what you would have said. Okay, I reckon down here you need some of this. Otherwise, it looks kind of weird. Gosh, so much to do. Like details in this area. Maybe a couple of slabs. Slabby jabs in the corners. Which I don't seem to have. Because they're probably somewhere. But nowhere. But everywhere. But in a giant mess that doesn't need fixing. Mojang, don't fix the inventory. There's nothing wrong with it. Just a couple of bits of brushed up sand is the idea there. Okay, then there may be like this stuff as well. Don't need a lot of this, but you know, a little is more than none. Okay, so now that's looking a bit better. Definitely gonna need like dead bushes and stuff in there. Let's have a look. Okay, maybe just like a random armor stand standing somewhere. Ladders would be a good detail to throw in. No dead bushes, but I'm sure I did. Yeah, I did. Look at me. I made all the preparations, right? So and that random wonky armor stand, just because you need details and stuff. Maybe some hay bales in there. Hay bales have eluded me. Here they are. Actually, I think I'll put the hay bales out here. Right, just on that. Plus, they're kind of next to where you might fall as well, so that could be a little positive. Just a few around those edges. Not bad, not bad. Also, if they take damage, the camels do heal themselves. So, in its current state, you can whip yourself up here to the top. Do the dash, land, and come across again. So it's technically at that like playable state. I do think we need some quick details. Then we need to get over to Cubfans, and I will probably come back here and put more finishing touches on this area because it is really like underdone at the moment. Okay, so hay bales going there. Details. Definitely need like an explanation of what to do. Oh gosh, where to put it? Right, I like this. Camel dash challenge. Let's put it on both sides though. Is it 1L? Challenge? What did I write on this side? Double L on that side. I don't recall anyone getting mad about it, so let's roll. Double L. LL Cool J, man. LL Cool J. Mug with Chaos, thank you ever so much for subscribing to the channel. It is greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. By the way, we've got 730 peeps watching. Be sure to hit the follow button here on the Twitch if you are enjoying the stream and having a good time and all that good stuff. So yeah, like maybe just putting a lectern like here somewhere is a good way like to sort of bring your eye to a central spot. We do have the granite. Like there is kind of a bit of a central spot, isn't it? Like a lectern can explain what's going on. Oh, XB's setting off fireworks! Hey, he's gonna run out of fireworks if you keep setting them off, XB! Be considerate if you're in the area, jeez. You know? Hermits have got to be considerate about that stuff. Right? Can't let them just fire off all day and then run out. That would just be, you know... Yeesh. Okay, so we can put a book in there. Does feel a little bit like a central spot. Oh, hydration. I can do some water. I've been consistently doing this like no drinks in the evening thing, and it is great. Sleep so much better doing that. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I wonder if extending this down to the path, the sandstone element, would look really good here, but I think we need to leave that be for now. Who is that? XB! What are you doing, man? I feel like some bookshelves over here would be way nicer. And look at me, I've prepared loads of them. And we got chiseled bookshelves. Have I? I haven't even made a chisel. How do you make a chiseled bookshelf? Oh, wow. No books required. That's awesome. Eggs, didn't you make a snapshot video about that? What's wrong with your memory, son? Oh, quiet down, you. Quiet down. I think we need some oak wood up in here soon as well. Wait, I'm probably using the wrong type of wood as well. Isn't oak... Oh no, I haven't fallen tragically short on the oak. Oh my god, the inventory is just disgusting again. That's not where you go. It's just disgusting again. Mojang, please do not change the inventory system. I'm having such a blast constantly dealing with this. It's thrillingly entertaining, as my chat will back me up 100% on this one, I'm sure, no doubt, right? No doubts about how thrilling it is. Let's go make that happen with some of this, actually. Like, I've got stupid amounts of this stuff lying around, so no bother there. Yeah, then we can make 10 of those. Cool, cool. Ah, but then you got to put the books in it, right? There's always a catch. Ah, that's where you're hanging out, down there. Yeah, this might look a lot nicer if all of this is just oak. Like with some, maybe leave a little bit here and there to be different. Some oak signage would probably go good here as well. Just to throw in a few things. Hey, we got gifted subs. Subs that are indeed gifted. Turkish Axolotl, thank you so much, my dude, for supporting our community with 5 gifted subs to Lee Iridium, Dan Metro Arnold, Snooterkin, AceDan83, Major Voss. Oh, there's some blatant name butchering going on right there. Intolerable. Thank you so much, my dude. I can't thank you enough for the support. I hope my thanks are enough. Oh, you're dead. And now my inventory is more cluttered. That's what I get. That's what I get for playing this game. A cluttered inventory, right? Okay, so over here, let's try it like this. Do a little mix and match, maybe? And then we'll throw a few books in later on. Not sure about this, not sure. Like, kind of like the way it overhangs, but then maybe it needs to be its own separate thing. Or maybe that needs to be like a bamboo sign. Okay, let's try Just, yeah, grab some of that, do some of this, make some of those. Very good. Like, when you have so many different types of sign, it just starts to feel like, shouldn't this system work differently somehow now? You know, I really think like having a material score and then a shape type is just so less tedious. If that makes sense. So, you know, once you've got some logs, you've got like value that you can use on all this other stuff. Then you just select the shape and like build it like that. That's at least looking better. I don't think that's like a finished thing yet, but it also I don't know, like why are books here, you know? Like it should be more Camel-y related things, but I don't know what those are. So we'll do this. We'll make those signs. Where are they? They were on that page. Cacti. Yeah. I tell you what, I love this mod pack that had Midori blocks, which were made out of cacti.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's playing again.
Baby, you and me.
Yeah, still a ways to go, but at least now, I don't know, it's more of something at least. Maybe it needs a bit of like shrubbery, like some leaves and some greenery, right? Did I pull those ones out? I must have done. Where are my leaves at? Oh, there they are. That's probably what it needed instead of bookshelves, like just a little bit of... not that one, maybe birch. Oh my god, where is it again, that one? Mangrove, birch, a couple to try. Probably just the birch fit in. Yeah, now it feels a bit awkward, like, should have thought about that a while ago. Maybe a couple of clusters over here somewhere. Just growing nearby, off the back of this. Just growing off the bamboo a bit, you know. This can't stay. Also, you might hit your head on the way down. Hit the ledge on the way down. Okay. What blocks are we going to put there? Definitely some of that. And then we've been using the cut pattern. Maybe just the smooth one is the other bit there. Don't forget some light sources. Yeah, we got a ways to go still. I think we're gonna have to do one more in this project. One more. I quite like that. That feels like it could be extended up another 2 rows as well. So we'll do that. Which puts that in these spots. That Christopher, thank you so much for 90 months. Just 10 more months of freedom. Yeah, that's exactly right. Our book's allowed in the dungeon. You're allowed to read, but don't tell Evil X. Awesome, my dude. Thank you so much for continuing. X, the sub notification sounds seem to be off again. I can hear them. Do y'all not hear them when they pop up? Because I certainly hear them. Yeah, it needs to be like, oh my god, please stop. Needs to be something like that, and then this needs to come down a little further. Once again, can't make heads or tail in my inventory. You want to be able to just like swap blocks on the go and like follow your nose a little bit with stuff, and you just get punished for it. Like, it is not good. Why, hello there! Oh well, Scar's gone. Oh, press the wrong button. What is that? Secret feature? No one in chat's interested, are they?
I'm very interested in secret features, Xisuma.
Oh, hi.
Tell me more.
Whoa. Hey. Hi. Can I get a sound check? Scar?
A testy 1 2 3.
Okay, we're good. We're good. It sounded a bit funky for a second there. Scar.
That's because my microphone started like limping. The whole stand just like slowly went.
That is not good. My
No, it's not.
my Go XLR did a reset or something. Like my whole system reset its sounds the other day. It was brutal. So
It's
still having
better.
issues.
It's better that it's dying, Zuma. We're better off. And it's
Wait.
gone.
But doesn't it randomly teleport?
Yes.
So
I'm selling this egg, Zuma, for
oh, there it is.
10 diamonds. Rare.
I
Very rare.
I think there's a lot of them about at the moment. Recent
couldn't
events
imagine.
suggest to me that their value has decreased dramatically.
Actually, it's more.
It's more. Scar, you're an amazing salesman. I just started getting my wallet out of my pocket without thinking about it.
Really? Well, like I said, this beautiful dragon egg, could be yours.
It could be, and there's so many of them on the server that I don't need that one that you got right there, right?
This one's special. Actually, I do
Those
have a special one.
fireworks, man. They've
Wait,
been going off all
this
the
one-
time.
Well,
Scar, would
I-
you
I
like to
think I
win a
just mixed
camel?
yes.
Okay, then be my test subject. If you just pop on that
Okay.
little camel there.
Sorry, I keep walking over the.
Yeah,
sensor,
I've been
I
doing it
guess.
all stream. Then have a little read of the spruce sign.
Oh, spruce sign. Oh, okay. Oh my God, I'm editing your sign. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Oh,
Click
yeah, that
below
happens
to
now.
toggle the gate. Where's
It needs to say note block. It's not obvious, is it? Unless you're a redstoner. Click on the note block, and then you can pop out. Alright. Now, if you head straight over up the ramp and around the corner, I have the Camel Dash Challenge. And the idea is, can you dash from this side all the way to the other and make it over the gap? Nope.
How?
Pro tip, you want to be sprinting. Oh, I've been
whoops, wait.
informed that I can wax the sign to stop it from being edited. That's good. Oh, gotta get that timing.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ridden I almost said a spruce.
A spruce?
This
Spruce camel.
This guy's named Spruce, by the way. I didn't know if you knew that, but he's now Spruce. And now I keep trying to like do the wrong shift.
Oh,
wait, how do you do this?
yeah, we need camel nicknames now. Like Spruce Willis is a famous axe from the Hermitcraft Logfather's World. There's loads of them, right? We need camel pun names now. Oh, I'll get off.
I keep Oh, so close.
No.
I'm starting to figure
No,
it
it
out.
wasn't.
Okay.
You were
It was
very far.
close.
You are very far.
I was speeding.
Now that's
let's
closer.
go.
That's closer.
This is actually hard. Okay, here we go. We're powering up. Okay, all right. That was a test round.
Sir Camelot. That's a good name.
Okay, here we go.
See, it's a hard challenge, isn't it?
It is a hard challenge. All right, here we go. Oh, let's go! Oh my God. Okay,
Dude,
now
this
I'm
guy
getting-
better
now
not
I'm
die.
getting angry.
You could
He's got
take
a lot
half
of
a
health.
heart,
He's got some health.
and they do regen, so that's good. Ooh.
Oh my God. Have you made this?
I've made the jump, yeah. I was trying to make it harder, but I couldn't quite confirm.
Yeah, maybe not harder. Now, do we get a prize for getting across?
You get a camel, so I'm going to breed up a bunch, and the prize is like you get a camel.
Oh my God, that was
Oh,
pathetic.
not quite.
Am I not getting close to the edge?
No, you need to go way closer.
Okay.
And then you also, there you go. You need to be sprinting as well. So,
Man.
what I was doing was starting at the back.
Whoops.
Yeah, I would like start back here, like get myself sort of like prepped and psyched, and then go forward, and then you try and hit it, and you know, like you try and refine it each time. That was your best jump yet.
That was so close.
Oh, some of my chat are saying that 2 riders make it heavy. I doubt it's coded like that, but
It would be interesting.
I'll let you do your thing for a second.
I think they're thinking about my suggestion for the horses that they didn't implement, but they did this instead. So it's
Oh, what's your suggestion?
Well, I wanted I made a thing back in like season 8 about how we needed a double saddle horse, and how it, like, the counter to it was that you were more heavy, it couldn't do like a sprint. Like I wanted a horse that galloped, like it had a temporary gallop, so it could go really fast for a temporary amount of time, and you could have 2 players, like one person could get on your back.
I like that
kind
idea.
of got it, but kind of didn't.
Well, I think if there's ever another 2-player mob, then it should do the heavy thing. But like, yeah, I think the way the camel is, like when we make mini games and stuff with it, it's going to be fun having 2 people on. James Camelon and Camelon Diaz are the names my chat have come up with. Ooh.
Oh man, this thing. And you were gonna make it harder.
I was. I'm glad I haven't now. The thing is, like, I was testing it with an auto clicker, and I've done loads of like camel dashing experiments, so I kind of like, you know, have gotten to grips with it. So as you get to grips with it, hopefully you'll do better. But this is a very doable one. It just takes a bit.
All right, Camel has lost 5 hearts.
Yeah, you got to go easy on it. You're hooked. You can't stop dashing.
Oh, Xisuma, you saw that. You saw
Closest
that.
yet.
Can I watch you do one so I can see what it looks like?
I don't have my clicker running, so now I'm going to do it like manual.
Yeah, do it like a real Minecrafter. Let's
Gonna make myself look like a... Oh my god, my brain is like thinking about pressing the auto clicker. Wow. I don't know how to do it. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't have the timing down at all. I'm gonna have to
His little
work on
legs
this.
just spinning out.
Oh, not bad. Need to dash a little later. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This one's a winner. Whew, not close enough.
Oh, so close.
One more.
Oh man, so weird. Try to see where
One
you
more.
jump from.
Oh, that was real good. That was real good.
That was really close.
Just got to go a little closer now.
Let's go.
Oh, do you know what? I think that was it, but I strayed to the side. Dang it!
Yeah, you hit the stair block.
I was
Because
looking.
it like held in place for like a split second.
I was looking at the wrong spot. Whew, that was close. It's
That was
it has
close.
been confirmed doable though, so you know.
Just
How many
go
hours
by.
of your life you spend, you'll know it'll be worth it one day.
Do you have to pay per for go at it?
No, it's gonna be free.
No, it's gonna be...
I just thought it'd be a fun little activity to do, you know.
No, yeah, that's fun. Now I'm like determined to actually get across there now. Get across there. And I need a camel. I don't have a camel.
Ah, well, if you head
So
over to
I'm looking forward to getting across.
grab
here.
2 pieces of cactus, head over to Cub's museum, and in there you can breed them.
I want to win a camel.
Are you gonna do it that way? Awesome.
I want my winning camel.
I think I'm gonna have to do like a bonus stream to get this thing finished, and and then you know, because it's not finished, but it's very close.
Yeah.
What am I gonna write on this sign? Click note block. That's better. To toggle gates. Excellent.
I haven't made my deck for TCG season 2.
I didn't sign up because like I haven't
no,
played enough to get the right kind of cards to make that deck that I want to make. So
What deck do you want to make?
I forget what it is now, but I made my own deck on the online one. Like I played a lot more of the online web browser one than I did on here because you can pick whatever cards you want. So you just kind of like make the deck that's in your like imagination, and I found that really fun. Played a bunch of different ones, and then got yeah, got like a good design together. But you know we got that thing coming up. You know, at the end of the month that I probably shouldn't talk about yet. On the weekend. The thing that we've never ever done before on a weekend. Where we all get together and we like one by one and we pass that thing. You know what I'm talking about.
Gas?
You know, the weekend with the thing that we pass and we go one by one. And we've definitely never ever done it before in Hermitcraft. And the peeps aren't always keen for them. Dang, I am not good at cryptic clues, Scar. I am not cut out for this, clearly.
I'm not gonna.
Either way, my plan was to stream some web browser TCG.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Because I ain't got a good deck. I got a naff deck on here, and can play against the peeps who are watching as well.
That's hilarious. What weekend is this mystery thing?
It's the weekend of the 29th and 30th. The cat is well and truly now out of the bag.
When's MCC?
You need to read the Hermitcraft announcements, chat, Scar. Maybe you weren't at the last meeting.
No, I think I was there. I was there because I heard everybody's ears.
You heard? Yes, you did.
I did.
I'm still recovering.
You're still recovering.
Yeah, have a read of the announcements actually, because if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, you probably need to read the announcements and
all right. I'll
sign up and all that stuff.
I've been off the server for a few days. My brother was here, so I gotta get back into the swing of things.
Yeah. Good to have a break though, right?
Yeah, it was. He rented a truck, so we were able to take my off-road wheelchair.
Oh, dude, that's
just in
awesome.
my neighborhood, and went to this crazy place. And then I went down a mountain bike path, and I went down a little fast. I'm unfamiliar with these things they put in the ground for mountain bike. These little like rivet things, and it was like throwing me like crazy, and I'm just out of control. It was wild.
Man, it sounds like you went on an extreme adventure. Like,
Hello.
Oh, I'm making a YouTube short of it.
nice.
Oh, hi, adventurers.
Hello, everyone.
Greetings.
Hi.
Oh, do y'all want to do me a favor?
No.
Do y'all want to just stand here for a second and look super
Sure.
cool with your trims? Show those trims
Do
off.
it. Somebody, let me grab an inner chest real fast. Hold on.
Show the trims. Show the trims.
Oh, this is going to be beautiful right here. Scar, feel free to join in, just because
Trims are trash.
you ain't
I'm
got
not
trims. You
participating
ain't...
in this.
Man, Jeff, that looks like totally...
Trash.
I think we
back
lost
is doing
Scar.
got no drip,
Oh, look,
dude.
he's not here right now. No, wait, his mic just activated.
Oh,
He's
I'm here.
pretending to be AFK.
I'm right here.
Oh, you are? Okay. Do you want to come... Never
Nah,
mind, doesn't matter,
in
Scar, don't worry about it.
trims.
Scar refuses to participate in 120 things if it doesn't involve.
He's not in
controls.
the cool club with the netherite people.
I'm
Right.
warming
Look
to
at
the
us.
camel cub.
With the
Oh,
netherite
yeah,
lot.
there you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, guys, if you want to try the challenge, hop on the camel, take it out of its little cage area.
Tough challenge. Very tough.
The idea is to do the camel dash across the gap. So you can go up and around, and then you can go across, and yeah, hopefully it explains itself. You know, when you're on the camel, you can sprint, and then you can hold down space to dash. You need a camel to do this.
Oh.
Wait, you're supposed to be able to
Yeah, I've tried
jump
it, I've
that
tried
in a
it.
camel?
It is doable. I have done it.
How do you camel dash?
Okay, you want to hold down control to sprint first of all, and then spaces to use the dash.
Okay. So do I go up the water shooter or? Oh, the
No,
other
no,
side,
you
okay,
go
sorry.
across the ramp over here.
Yeah. How do I get out of here?
You got to press the button, the note block even.
I don't see a
Oh,
note block over
Cubfan.
here.
Are you might be running low on fireworks.
Yeah, I figured. It's been activated a lot, it seems.
All right.
Beyond the lot. I'm surprised it's still going. Oh, there it goes
There's a
again.
lot in there.
So you said hold sprint.
Control is sprint,
Okay.
and then then you use spacebar to dash. So you'll go further if you're sprinting when you dash. Hey, what's this? This looks cheaty.
I was waiting for X to notice.
Cheaty.
That's
dare thou.
hard. Wow.
It is doable though. And the idea is if you do it, you get a camel as a prize, but I haven't got the camels in there yet.
Man, that seems like it seems impossibly far, but
Oh, yeah.
impressive distance.
I've done it. I've done it on stream to prove it's possible.
I'm gonna have to like
nice.
put toggle sprint on or something. I don't use toggle.
Is this with splash potions on the camel? Speed and jump?
No. See, the problem. My original idea was
that
like,
was close.
that was very close. My original idea was like, I'll make it so that if you think to use potions, you'll be able to make the jump, but you can't without. And then experimenting with that, we found out that you can actually make a camel dash.
What?
Whoa!
Third try, baby. Let's go.
That was
Where's
insane.
my camel?
Whoa!
Where's my camel?
I owe you a
That
camel,
actually
Jeff.
looked really, really cool. Wow.
I owe you a camel. There'll be
Whoever
one there
was recording
soon.
that, please let me have the footage so I can put it in my video.
I mean,
It's definitely on my stream. It's on my stream,
Awesome.
Jeff.
I'll
So.
have to rip it.
I'll
yeah.
save a replay. It might be a bit of like background footage while I was waffling.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let me.
gonna waffle
I'm
for
gonna.
this
I'm gonna
fireworks.
open up my
The
folder.
celebratory for you making the jump.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be able to send you that later.
That was awesome. Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah,
I'm gonna
you
go
can.
open up-
Yeah, we're gonna go open
Go
some
open
packages.
pack.
Oh,
now.
okay. Go for it. Go for it,
Open
guys.
the pack.
Bye, guys.
Easy.
Right.
camel jump.
Okay, packed away everything. What have we got left to
Losers. Man,
Oh.
trims are the worst. Am I right, Xisuma?
do? No. Trims are
I'm out on a
cool.
limb on this one. I'm out on a limb on this one. I'm the only one who doesn't like trims, Xisuma. The
Really?
only one. Yeah.
I can't believe it. And you're wearing that
No.
fancy hat. What a hypocrite.
Oh,
really?
this hat's way
I'm
cooler
messing.
than trims.
That is true. Bye. Oh, hello. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now because I'm kind of on my little break thing, right? I feel like I promised Joel a tour of the museum. So why don't we wrap this up with a tour of the museum and then I'll handle the rest of this building sort of in between doing other stuff. Like I'll put the finishing touches on it. I don't think I'm gonna do another live stream on here for a while. So we got a lot done here, and I'm due. Like I've made a bit of a promise to myself that like every evening I spend some time working on music. So there's always a grind waiting for you, and I don't like leaving stuff unfinished. But I'm gonna chip away at these projects, just sort of in between. You know, there'll be a little bit of downtime here and there where I can like hop on and handle that. So I want to stick to my plan. I want to keep doing things at the pace I've been doing it at because I've really learned a lot by doing that. I've really like put the brakes on myself and just learned a lot of stuff and found that my inspiration for music is just always there and I can put time into this stuff. So my plan was to stream Vault Hunters on Thursday and get that going, and that'll be a continuous thing that we stream for the time being. I don't really have any other things that I want to try, like other games or puzzles and stuff. So I'll get my head into that game and I'll continue to play on here and chip away at some projects and stuff. So yeah, I was just running it over in my mind, like, shall I go longer today? Shall I do this? No, let's stick to the plan. Let's be the new Xisuma for a while where I don't just continuously grind, basically. You can even hear the music has run out because we have overran a little bit, but we'll continue because I feel like I've promised a tour of this and haven't delivered. So Sire Base J, thank you so much for 4 months of support, my dude. That is so appreciated. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel. Yeah, so gosh, this whole place we could probably spend a lot of time here. There is a parkour challenge. I am not a big fan of parkour, so we'll just appreciate that for what it is. Looks like there is amazing conduit power. That looks super cool, what that is. Like floating water and conduit? Oh, that is actually... I don't know how Cub did that. I'm not seeing... Well, string doesn't stop water. This is probably a special thing Cubfan's done then, I guess. So, a little bit of a nostalgia tour for the season. We have the Easter egg collection. Oh yeah. Oop, jump over the edge. from earlier on when we had the Easter egg hunt. Okay, the royalty wing. So there's the hot guy challenge in here. Livestream torches have been collected. Scarland's treats. The dragon egg. The dragon head. Impulse's beard. Hot guy merch. Oh my god. Cub's been collecting it all, hasn't he? Even the ground has got the hot guy logo. On this side, is this a parkour challenge? Feels like it might be. I'm not sure what this stuff is. The parkour crown. Okay, it is. That feels like I can open that. Nothing in it. Oh yeah, there was an accidental fish farm in the what was going to be a shopping district, but then we decided to move. Total Chaos Simulator, that's brilliant. Oh, this is so cool. That is one of my creations that's been put in here. Interesting. I wonder if he's got the record, the Coralicize record, right? Hey, a jelly cat with a jelly hat. I'm not going to nudge it. I was just wondering, is the cap on... It's not. The cap is not on the mob, but that's very carefully positioned, so I'm not going to nudge it. Rift Wing, featuring TCG Music B-Dub Simulator. Okay. So you can play the different records. You got all the goat horns, except one, possibly. You got an oversized Iskall head. Giant Iskall man head. Oh my god, there's things like that you don't realize that exist. I think all the beat-up heads are there from his minigame thing. All the different ore types, that's super cool. Netherite block. Dang, I love this. This is so cool. It's like a wiki entry for the game and the server. Hey, look, Evil X badge. Congratulations, you cheated. Hey, the Rift, right? And then you got, oh look, it's the Empire's peeps. And all of their shenanigans that have remained. Oh, I like that banner design, that's super cool. Is Trouble, yeah. No, I've added an R, Shubble. I don't feel like saying Shrubble. I found out today that Shubble co-hosted Minecon, right? Like 3 or 4 years ago? Because I was doing some research into some Mojang stuff. And then I was like, I know that name. I didn't at the time, but crazy. Co-hosted Minecon, that's... Do you remember, what's his name? Willamette from Arrested Development co-hosted Minecon once? Crazy times. Oh wow, yes, the Hermitcraft charity stream. This is so cool. ES68, thank you so much for 37 months, my dude. Super appreciated. The ancient pottery and pottery sherds. Don't tell me Cub's got them all already, right? Or is this still... This is a beautiful little place. Oh, that's what we need over on our build. Some glow vines, right? Desert Temple. Oh my god. They're split into their categories of where you can get them from. Look at this. And, does this mean Cub got them 4 times over? You can't duplicate them, can you? Cub's got each one of them, what, 5 times? Ah, look, that one doesn't have one on the back. Being space efficient, perhaps. Wow, super cool. Balcony view, I guess. Then there's, oh yeah, this site over here. Oh my god, he's done it. He's got all of them. Ah, that must have been a super grind. This is so cool. I love Cubfan's building style. I find it doesn't matter like who it is. You always appreciate like other people's stuff more than your own. There's something about seeing what other people create. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's because we're just surrounded by amazing people here who are really talented. I've always really loved how Cub builds. Very bold, bright with the colours. It makes everything work. This whole area... Oh my god, a charged creeper. This is just... Wow. Now, why doesn't that shulker teleport out of there? I feel like I might do something and accidentally make it teleport. This is amazing. Oh, look at that view as well. Oh god, there's a ghast! Oh, the double creeper boat has been moved. How did that get moved over here? He must have knocked them out of the boat, then found a way to transport them. I don't know how. No, wait, move the boat with water, right? This is brilliant, Cub. Is there a parkour thing here? Am I supposed to look up here and... Okay. I might break something. I feel like I might break something. Okay, best museum ever, right? But there is another one across the street. Picture plant? Wow. Oh yeah, the Christmas hats. Elven ears. Box perimeter. Wow. There's so much stuff that's been collected. You forget. Oh, you just forget how many things there are in a season, right? How many events go on. What's this? Is this all the armor trims? Nice. Oh, with like little information. It is like a wiki in here, isn't it? 5 octillion possible trim and armor combos possible in Minecraft. That'll have to include the leather armor to get that higher number. That looks like possibly a leather armor one. Dang, so cool, so cool. Trims are still in progress. Cool. Oh, look, alternative skin heads, yeah. Do you know what? I've got an Evil X head that Cubfan could be after. Wow. Oh man, so good. This is one of the coolest builds I've seen in a while. I've always loved the idea of throughout a season collecting trinkets and keeping a catalogue of them. But I've never felt like I know how to execute something like that. And this is just like on another level. Just the way Cubs brought about all the different elements of the game and aspects like into the build, like really embracing it. Now Cleo over here has apparently this is a fake. I don't know what that's about. Apparently this is a fake. Now what does Cleo have? It's clearly a smaller collection. But you know, the throne of it's a replica though. Okay, so Cleo's got a replica of the throne. That's cool. That is some crazy Rendog head in a cube. I don't even know how that magic happened. Royal Emerald blocks, the King's Shield. Wow. I'm in here! A genuine costume worn at the party. Yeah! Yeah, there was a party with lots of me in it. Oh, that was weird. Hey, look where this ended up. Oh, that's right. I donated to this because Cleo asked and I left this in a lava lake of all places. Oh, wow. The quest that initiated the party. Oh, I love the display kit. Oh my god, look at that. It's an end rod with slabs inside of it. That's so good. Oh, this is the difference right here. Cleo's gone for like a classic museum style, right? This feels much more like a museum. Cubfan feels more like an experience. Royal tomatoes? I missed that. I missed that. Wow, books from the king's bedroom himself. The Redemption of King Ren. Yeah, the whole architecture and scale here is very museum-like. Oh, and we got somewhat of an empty wing and a... Oh, are those Z advancements? We got Z advancements. Total chaos. Remember? Oh, this is just so cool. A piggy in a saddle. The netherite block is from the actual throne. Ah. Is that the goat horn that's missing from Cub's collection? Oh, I love what our fellow hermits do here. A massive oversized dragon head. I don't know why it's so big or how that works. I have no idea. That must be one of the custom features. Genuine Hawkeye audition tape. Wow. Oh, the audition. There's been so much stuff that happened this season, right? This is really like a great way to... Oh my god, it's a giant Mumbo Tash! The button that opens the portal to Empires. Wow. And the rift. Yeah. The Christmas hats. Okay, that's appeared in both collections, right? Oh, and that's similar to the one, but the other one had the circle on it. This is so cool. Oh man, when did those get added? Dang. And then down below, we'll pop down here. New 1.20 stuff in the middle. I like it. I feel like if someone reaches out to me for something, we got to help Cleo. Cleo needs like a little bit more. Although to be fair, there's probably like a similar amount of stuff actually. It's just the layout. Like Cub's is quite condensed and Cleo's is quite open. Anyway, I actually missed, now that I think about it, the one thing that I technically came here for, which is kind of bizarre. And I've just spent, you know, the last 30 minutes touring and ignoring your chat. So put your questions, your messages in the chat, and I'll get to those as we wind down here. Let me show you the thing that I completely missed, that I literally came here to do, and I feel like an absolute goose for missing it. Close that door, go around here. Hey Xisuma, I was watching your stream from 8/7 and you didn't know the length of a certain block, so you Google Minecraft block properties list. There is a GitHub page that has so much info. Oh, that sounds like a great shout. I'll bookmark that after the stream. I'm aware that people make like videos on that stuff and there are resources, but I don't have any bookmarks, so that will help. Cleo was your fellow pirate. That's true. I've got a pirate's allegiance to Cleo, right? I think I have to go up one more. Yes, this is the spot. Did we come in here? Did I miss this part? I think I missed this bit. Oh, this is, again, just beautiful. All the animals. Yeah, we missed this. Well, that explains why I didn't do the one thing I came here to do, which was breed some camels. The donation spin, says Wolfingnin16. Wolfingnin, Cubfan, thanks you. Thought I had forgotten, but I am more than happy to leave a donation. Come on, little dudes. I guess you can't drag them when they're sitting. That might break the lead if you leave them to sit. Hello, I've come for the waffles, says Giant Mushroom. The waffles are gone. They've been eaten up. We're here to deliver on a promise, which was to tour the museum. We toured both and leave a donation to Cub of the Fan. Oh, I don't like that. Little guy, be careful. I need the cactus to lure it, maybe. Go on, little guy. You can do better than that. Yeah. Now down here. Now down. No, not up there. Oh, you went all the way up. Look at this guy. Went all the way up. Okay, I'm going to pull you to the other side. That's how we're going to roll now. Super quick. Come on. Further. Oh, now I've got to push you. That's easier. Okay, then you can come this way. You can come all the way now. This bit should be much easier. We did it. Okay. I'm not going to take this guy back right now. I made myself a promise. I'm going to come on here when I'm done with my music and do some tidying up and stuff. Donations! Let's take half of that, chuck them in here. Thanks for the good times, Cub. And thanks for the camels. Do the babies walk over 1.5 blocks? Yeah, they shoot up a 1.5 block. We learned that. Peeps are saying I missed it. What did I miss? Oh, the area up top. That makes sense. Just thinking back. So that's where we're going to wrap up today's stream. Big thank you to everyone for sticking around, subscribing, resubscribing, donating and cheering. All the peeps gifting subs. The mods, the patrons, everyone. Can't thank y'all enough. Hope you're okay with me taking a break on YouTube at the moment. There'll be a video tomorrow, but it'll be one a week for a while. And I need to wrap this one up, right? I'm trying to jog my brain into those post-stream activities. Is Rendog streaming? What's this telling me? Let's go raid Cub. Because we just toured his museum, so it all makes sense, right? I'll send you over to Cub then. Take care, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.